So I mentioned to you before that we're the company that can drive the most demand to your house to make sure that we accomplish your goal of, I don't know, selling it for more, selling it for faster, or what have you. But what I do want to talk to you about was a problem that we have in the real estate industry. There are basically two types of buyers that we work with for the most part. 20% of the buyers are ready to go, meaning that they have homes that they already rent out, or they live with family that they would buy right away. But 80% of our market right now has money, but they have a home to sell first, meaning that they would need to sell in order to buy. So the problem with this is that what we call the real estate catch-22, meaning that real estate catch-22 basically means that there's two outcomes that could happen. Either that the buyer could buy first, or the buyer could sell first. So in the first scenario, where if the buyer wants to buy first and they have the ability to do so, there's a possibility where they're going to be stuck with two homes because they can't sell the first home. But at the same time, not everybody has the luxury of buying a second home, right? The second scenario is going to be where the buyer is going to look to sell their house first, but because they can't line up the purchase of the second house, they're either going to be homeless or they have to live with family, move the stuff into storage. So what we usually see in these scenarios is going to be where if a couple comes to our house, they fall in love with it, they take a look around. Eventually, at some point, the husband and wife or the couple, the buyers are going to take a look at each other and say, hey, you know what, honey, I love the house, but you know that we need to sell our house first, right? So let's go home and think about it. And the problem with this scenario is that, when they go home to think about it, they take 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and they may never come back and never present the offer to us. The alternative is that if the buyers really, really like your house, they can still make an offer for the home, but they're going to make their offer subject to the sale of their existing property, meaning that they can agree to all our other items, but they will only buy our property if and when their home sells. So if it takes them 1 or 2 years to sell that house, we would have to wait that time. So if I were to give you a contingent or a conditional offer, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, would you take it? No, right? Okay, so our solution to solve this problem and to drive demand to your home is by marketing the home as such. So read it with me now. Buy this home and I'll buy yours, yay. And what this means to you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, is that when the buyer comes to our house, if they have a home to sell already, what we'll do is we'll take control of the situation, put an offer on the all-cash offer on their house so that they have the funds in order to buy your home. So when we say your home so guarantee, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, who we're talking to is actually talking to the buyer to let them know that if they have this condition, that they don't have to worry about selling their house because we'll help them take care of it. All they have to do is focus on liking your house. Does that make sense to you?